What's up, guys? Here, Thomas. For anyone that was watching the previous one, that's going to be edited down quite a bit. It won't be one thing. Today, we're going to go ahead and going over a new creation set, which I'm working on doing. Now, first thing you might be thinking, there's three things you might be thinking right now. Maybe you have more. Whatever you're thinking, you might be right, you might be wrong. First off, I do need to edit this. We'll worry about that later. So when you can read this right here. What do you guys think is this? There's several possibilities right now that I can think of that you might think. You might think it's the deck's about werewolves. You might think it's about drawing cards. You might think it's about milling cards. Well, the deck's base is milling cards. I will need to put some werewolf. That's the whole objective of this deck. It's that simple. Now, a lot of these cards are werewolves. I will say that. And that would be the whole basis of this deck. Basically, most of it will be werewolves, and it'll be about milling your opponent out. I'll go down to these cards right now, and then we'll go ahead and get into some other cards with Crank. So you guys, this will be the first time that they're ever revealed. First one we got is Nightwalker. Whenever each opponent mills, or whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills a card. What's interesting is basically a very interesting. It's an easy creature, not very powerful. Oops. That is not my card. Hold on. Yeah, I realize I need to go to my sets. Doesn't really work if I'm not doing my sets. There's 37 cards in here right now, and you can see a few other ones. The first one, I'm actually missing the card, I think. Yeah, if I see it. So here's the first card in the set that's official. And this is actually just what the last created card is. So it says, mill X cards from your deck, so paying X mana. Ooh, boy. So you tap this and you mill X cards for your deck. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, we'll get to that, why you would want to do this later in the video. Because obviously, right now, it makes no sense to mill cards. Hey, I milled my cards out of the end. Why have no cards in my deck now? A Cat of Ice. You can pay 1 to tap it. Hit tap. Target creature gets -2/-1 till end of turn. God Cat. Why is it a god? Put it in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Why do you think that cat's why it's a god? I don't think it makes any sense for me. The next one here is gonna be Pouring Rain. Tap target creature. It's not really a basic 100% mill, but it is a card that would be going into the mill set. Oh, Gamer of the Run goes the first of Planeswalkers. There's, I think, 4 Planeswalkers in this set. I'm not 100% sure. +1, you mill 5 cards for all players' deck, which hurts you, but it also hurts your opponents. All players lose 2 life or discard their hands. The fact about this one is that you can -2 it, and all players will lose 2 life, or they discard their hands. So basically, they'll have no cards in their hand, or they'll lose 2 life. And they can't if they don't have any cards. Here's that thing: about that is if all players lose 2 life, I have a choice about losing 2 life or they can discard their hands. They don't have to discard their hand, they can lose 2 life, which is generally a better situation. But you notice the last ability, it's kind of hard to see. If you or any other players have no cards in their hand during upkeep, they draw 7 cards. And then they lose 7 life. So it's not a good thing to have no cards in your hand. And it's like it's a colorless planeswalker. The rare planeswalkers is kind of weird. Minda. Wait, what? How is that pronounced? Meta? I don't know. Meta looks like a little mermaid. It's a mermaid. Whenever you draw a card, target player mills. That's not actually correct. I need to check change that. Mills takes one card, a card from their deck. Which could be you too. And there's a reason for that later. We'll discuss that later in the video. Iceberg of Mill. Draw a card. Blank. 1/1. Draw a card, discard a card. Not exactly a creature we care about right now. But it's an interesting card here. We got Friend of Mill, which costs a huge amount. You mill any card from your deck, mill X cards from your deck by paying X, tapping this, and you gain X life. So you can actually heal yourself by this deck. That's something that a lot of blue things do not have is milling. It's gaining life. There's not much chance of gaining life. That's the only thing about that. It's very difficult to gain life. Didn't want my sound to be huge. We'll be fine for now. All right. So that's part of the mill deck to gain X life. This is basically one way you can actually gain some life. Tiger of Blue Orb. It's cost 2. It's a blue creature, but it's cost 2. It's a chibi creature. Tiger. Whenever you draw a card, you choose one of them. You either mill 2 cards and lose 2 life. Target player mills 3 cards and gains 2 life. So you can target yourself with that, which is huge. Or mill 1 card. So it kind of hurts you to do that. To be honest, it's not exactly. You're basically hurting yourself, or you're helping someone else. You could be helping yourself too, but you mill 3 cards. So it's kind of it's hurting yourself, or it's basically either hurt yourself, or hurt yourself, or hurt yourself, help someone else, hurt yourself. Basically, there's no bonus, there's no benefit to that creature. It's a 4/3 creature. That's it. Mystical Mill, I think is. Each turn, all players mill X cards, where X is the number of cards in their hand. What? When did I make this card? It's a cat, dragon, bird. I don't know how that makes any sense. But each player mills X cards where the X number of cards in their hand. So if they have 1 card, they mill 1 card. If they have 2 cards, they mill 2 cards. If they have 3 cards, they mill 3 cards, etc. So if they have 7 cards, which is generally the maximum they can have in their hand anyways, they mill 7 cards. And it has Flying, Trample, and Vigilance. Oh boy, that's why it's so expensive though, I'm going to guess. Mystical Wise Woman. It's a Hazard Creature Wizard. It's a 9/1, and it costs 10 mana to cast it. What is going on? Each turn, all players mill and reveal cards in their deck until they reveal a land or artifact card. Ooh, so you better make sure you have artifact cards or lands in your deck. If you don't have lands, you probably does it. You may cast 1 spell or land from your graveyard each turn. You still pay the mana cost. That's not very good, I think. But it's a 16 creature, so I mean, there's only so much that you can do with that. That's huge. We got Call of 3, which is cost 0. It's an instant. You mill 3 cards. Play up to 3 creatures from your graveyard onto the battlefield, except those creatures lose abilities and lose all tap and mana abilities. Ooh. So there's still creatures that have. It's actually interesting. You can play up to 3. It doesn't say you have to pay the cost for them, but I don't think in this case you do not have to pay the mana cost for it. They just don't have any abilities. It's kind of interesting off that. But that's a pretty powerful mill. That's a pretty powerful spell. Moonlit. Oh god, this is an infinite counter here. This is actually not what you want to do, but flying first, like 4/4 creatures at 2. Yes. You can mill 1 card from your deck. Then you untap it to mill 1 card from any player's deck. Then you mill 1 card from your deck. And it continues. The only thing is, it does say you may tap or untap Moonlight at max 3 times. I gotta change that. Each turn. Why do I have trouble doing this? Oh, it might take a second to do that. That's just ridiculous. That's a little better. Why was there a... It didn't like the well, nope. Never mind, I'm not doing that. We'll fix that. I'll fix that in our time. I don't have to fix it today. It's supposed to be each turn for you guys to know. I'll fix all these cards when I get to them if I do. I will melt. Oh, wait. Is it Meltone or Melton? You mill 5 flying 1/1 creature that it pays 0, mill 5 cards from your deck, and it gets +0/+1 for each creature in your graveyard. Oh boy. That can't be good. Not terrible. It's useful. Oh, here's our here's our second planeswalker. Legendary planeswalker. Master of Mill. It costs X. It costs X. But X loyalty on that. So basically you have to pay at least 4, otherwise it's useless. Here's the thing, it says you can't lose by mill or draw. That's a very interesting here. You mill a card from all players' decks, so it's basically protecting you from losing the game. Mill all cards from all players' decks minus 14. So basically, if you have 13, or if you have 14, you can use this immediately. Wow, that doesn't work. You have to have no, you would. You can use you have to have 15. So you do 14, and then you pay +1 to mill a card from all players' decks. Then on the next turn, you mill all cards from all decks. And you can't lose if you don't have any cards. So, just because of that. As long as Planeswalkers are still alive. That's pretty powerful, honestly. Master of Draw. You can't lose. If you can't draw. Oh, wait, no. If you can't draw or mill a card from your deck, you win the game. You may pay 1 life instead of discarding a card. You draw 2 cards. All players draw 7 cards and then discard 2 cards. That's pretty powerful right there. Not super powerful, but that's just why it's probably rare. It could potentially just be mythic, awfully, to be honest, but it's huge. That's still huge. The next card is blocking water. You block spell damage from 1 target creature or spell. Anything that's not a land is a spell, by the way. So, for those people that have not played Magic before. Mindwalker, we're back to this card. Maybe you draw a card, you put up mills a card. I'll have to fix that at some point. Mill Wolf. At an additional cost of spell, sacrifice a creature. It's a 7/7 creature. Oh my. You have to sacrifice a creature for it, but still, yikes. You pay 4 blue or black. You can interchange those. To tap it, to draw a card, and target player mills 2 cards. Interesting. It's an interesting combo there. Might be considered a rare. I don't know. Overprotected. Oh, cost 3. Destroy target creature. If you declare an attack before you play this spell, target creature you control gains trample until end of turn. So here's the reason why. You could potentially be attacking. He decides to play a creature that has flash, I guess. That might be something. You can destroy the target creature, and if he declares it before he declares an attack before he plays the spell, then he gains. So if he somehow, the player you're playing against, if you play the spell, your creature gains trample, as long as you've played it after you declared the attack. I think that's what I did. If you declare an attack before playing the spell, it has trample. Yikes. That's pretty powerful. That's a common. Werewolf of Wolves. Whenever a werewolf or a wolf enters the battlefield, and this and that, You create 2 black wolves when this creature dies is or is exiled at points. All players mill 2 cards. So that includes you. And here's the card. Here's a token of that black wolf. Not particularly powerful. That can be annoying though. Eye of Treason. Let's do mill X cards. Place X 1/1+1/1 counters on target creature. Why is that even common? Because of how expensive it is, I guess. The thing is, it's kind of expensive to play this, so you have to have at least, for one thing, 5 to do anything on that spell. Really, you could potentially, I guess you could potentially cast for 4, but it's kind of useless. Next card is Rise the Moon. It costs 1 and 2 water, 2 islands. Werewolves and wolf art +1/+1. Well, that's pretty good there. It's not too powerful. It's just a good enchantment that gives werewolves and wolves their things. I better have more in my deck. I will be eventually making this deck, by the way. I just have to make all the cards first. Trapped in. A chain creature becomes tapped and doesn't attack during your controller's upkeep, or its controller's upkeep. Now, however, you can mill a card and untap this creature. Yeah, it's not tapping it, so it doesn't untap. So that's one of the cards that could potentially help you contain something that is really powerful, like a 7/7 creature. Sacrifice of Werewolves. Ooh, it's kind of expensive. 1 and 2 units. As usual cost of the spell, sacrifice a creature. Create 7/2/2 blue wolves of trample. 7? That might need to be upgraded to a rare. It is expensive and it does require you to sacrifice a creature. But jeez, 7 of them? 7 of these wolves. I have a little wolf. I have trample. It's not very, it's not very super powerful, but I need to change that because that's definitely not the right kind of token. But anyways, that's pretty powerful, honestly. We might do that. Giant werewolf. Cost 9, 2 blue, and 2 black. You may mill 15 cards from your deck instead of playing Giant Wolf's mana cost. Well, that's just ridiculous. It has Trample, Menace, and Reach. Well, no wonder it's a mythic. Actually, I probably if it were in my game, which is a completely different game, it would most likely this would be first off not in the same standard. It would probably be like 1,000. It would be 1,500 and 1,500 like in using Yu-Gi-Oh. And it wouldn't have Trample, wouldn't have this, it wouldn't have Yu-Gi-Oh. Like holy cow! If you can play 15 cards, now of course you do have 15 cards to do that, or have what is this? Not 15 mana. It's not quite 15 mana. It's a little less than 15 mana. It's what? 12, 13. It's 13 mana, but still, that's a huge amount. That is Trample, Miss, and Reach. If you get this card out, this is a win card situation. There's nothing you can do about this. Yeah, except for storing target creature. This would be one of those cards we want to have. No, the trapped in card. That's one of the enchantments. We'll definitely have to make some more enchantments that will counteract those, because if you don't have it, it's very useful. Final strike. Target creature does first strike until end of turn. That's too powerful. Just cost 3. Blue Moon Werewolf. It can't be the target of instant sorceries or enchantments. Oh wow! It's 4/1 creature and it does cost 4. It's not very expensive and all that. I mean, it's moderately expensive, and someone favored that. Thanks to you, Al Zombie. It can't be the target of instant spells or enchantments, which means this card can't be targeted by Trapped In, unfortunately. But it's not very powerful. It's gonna die to anything. That's at least 1 power. Dark Knight Werewolf. Oh, it can't be Dark Knight can't be a target of enchantments, creatures, lands, or artifacts. Oh well, it can be a target of spells and instant sorceries though, so it can still be destroyed. It's the same cost, same sort of thing. Behind the Gate. Once per turn, when a creature is destroyed, you may return it to your hand. Okay, so you can return once per turn. You can return a card to your hand and play it again, I guess. That's pretty powerful right there. I don't even know what I want to say. That's huge. We've got our next, which is Uncontrollable. It's an enchantment. Enchantment creature. Target creature is +1/+1. Must attack each turn. So it's a little disadvantage. You must attack with it. Which could be pretty bad if the creature has Death Touch, which these creatures do not have Death Touch right now, but it might be something we add. Who knows? Flarewood Werewolf. It costs 3 and 2 black. Whenever Werewolf attacks or blocks, each target player mills 2 cards. Or you can make it by paying 4 and target player mills 4 cards. It's a rare, so it's not particularly useful. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you have to build 2 cards. Not too powerful, not too shabby though either. We got Old Werewolf, which costs a lot. It just has, well, it just has it's a 9/9 creature with trample. There have a lot of blockers on that one. And thank you, Zombie, again for buying us. Love for meat. That's creepy. Target werewolf or wolf gets 3/3 until end turn. It's +3/3 to end turn. I guess it's not gets, but it is, so it's gains until end of turn. So it is a 3/3 creature. Next one is Red Eye. Whenever Red Eye is destroyed or exiled, draw 2 cards. So it's a little bonus to you guys. If this card ever gets destroyed or exiled, you draw 2 cards. It does help you a little bit. Not a lot, though. Standoff is the last card in the set. Once again, thank you, Al Zombie. 2 target creatures fight. If either creature dies, both players mill 5 cards. Oh boy. That's the last card in this one. Both players have to mill 5 cards if either creature is destroyed or dies. That means 2 creatures fight. We have creature A, creature B. They're both 2/2s. They fight each other. Boom. If one of them is destroyed, let's just say one is a 2/3 and one's a 3/3. 3/3 beats a 2/2. He dies. Oh, now you have to both of you guys have to mill 5 cards, and it doesn't cost too much. That's the whole sort of. You get the idea of how this deck's supposed to work. The whole objective is to make sure that the opponents will have to mill, or players to mill eventually. We will be making more cards though. We're going to be there 15 minutes probably. I'm going to go through these just to say What? It's got to be a wolf or a werewolf, pretty much. I think for this deck. And it can't be a magic card, obviously. We'll go with this card. What will I call this card? Oh, I need to actually get the card though. What do we call this? I think we're calling it Greenwood. Werewolf. I do, of course, have to find the card because it's not always easy to find. Of course, I actually do have to save it too. That might be that might be something I need to do. It doesn't exist still. Go here, Greenwood. There it is. Nope, it's too small. Dang it. I forgot these things do have to be a certain it's probably actually going to be in here. Yeah. These cards are some of the cards I'll paint. I might do a video on that and another video on that one where our cards are created towards the It's we're gonna call this. What I'm gonna see. Greenwood. What abilities will this thing have? Well, it's going to be quite expensive. The only thing about things is that I want to make sure this deck is all in black blue. So with move 5, we're going to start off with this much. It's going to be a creature. It's going to be not God Cat. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we're going to make it a God Cat. It makes no sense. We're going to start off, I think, as an uncommon for a moment. Let's see. What would Greenwood do? Let's see. We might have it something to do with milling cards. When change this a little bit to saying, or another werewolf. It's got to be kind of a stronger creature because it's pretty. So we'll say it's a 3/5. We'll go with that. Let's see what it looks like right now. Nope, that doesn't work. It does not. No. Problem is, this needs to be a blue-black creature. There we go. Yay, it's blue-black. It's still pretty good because it's expensive. We'll say, like, for example, I've got a couple cards over here, like a lot of magic cards up here. I'm just looking to see what any of these magic cards that cost a lot. We've got this Eldrand, which is a 3/4. Net is a Elite, which is a 4/2. Death Without Life, which is a 4/3. I think this is a fair comparison for that creature. And being uncommon, not a rare. It's not quite there making it rare. We'll add to the mill set. The next one, let's see, what could we get? Oh look, Space Werewolf. I want to make it like an enchantment. Let's see. And I'm passing over a lot of these images. Here, we're going to use this. Archimagus, I think. This is just creepy. I'm going to call this. Called Eyes Worse Than Its Bite. One thing I don't want to do is make an infinite combo. Oh, congratulations! You can't lose. Because stupid infinite combo out there. No, I don't want to do that. I think one of the streams I will do will have it's the creepiest card, I will say. It's gotta be a make us a black blue, maybe. I know this. It costs 3. You pay a black and a blue, and then you pay either black or blue. I'm gonna call this an enchantment, I think. So the way this is going to work it doesn't have power toughness. So if I understand this correctly, if it is, in some case, no, this doesn't work. The way this works, it's an enchantment. I need to put in a brawler actually on this before I actually do anything to it. It's gotta be an aurora enchantment. So the way it works is if it's a black creature, the creature gets +1/+1. If it is a black creature and deals 1 damage to target player's deck. Yeah. Target player's deck. I gotta beat your deck up. That's right, guys. That doesn't work. Or in the case that it is numbers -1 +2, if it is blue and gains Mtg cards from target player's deck, which is pretty good to be honest. I think this is a good card to have for that. Is it the right? I think it's common. I don't see anything that makes it uncommon. Or higher. It hurts me. You have a little power if it's black. If it's both of them, it's powerful. If it's not, yeah, it becomes basically if it's both black and blue, it has no gain. Period. There's nothing added to it, and it gains +3 because it's basically 0 toughness. Let's see what the next card's going to be. Bite the hand that feeds me. We're going with this one. This is going to be called Bite the Hand. Oh boy, I can't imagine what this card could do. Call it Bite the Hand. It's not going to be. I don't think it needs to be very expensive, to be honest. Let's say it's black right now. We might make it a different color later. It is definitely going to be a sorcery because that makes most sense. It's a sorcery that deals 1 damage to target player. Ew, it might hurt you. I'm gonna bite your hand. No, that doesn't make any sense. Don't do that, please. Yeah, definitely goes to the mill. It could go, actually, it probably can go in any of these. It doesn't really go in cats and life. It doesn't really. It could go in fantasy. We got that before. Got fantasy. I'm not going to do it again. And Michael and dogs. I don't know what the dogs. Let's see. 10-2 now. I'm probably going to do a few more cards, and then we're going to probably put this card. It's got to have it. This actually looks more like they're hunting vampires, but we're going to call it. This sounds like a really bad card. Hunt the werewolves. Can I just save this? Clearly, I did not. This is going to be instant. It's probably going to be an enchantment. how this works. Let me look at this. So when this card works, if I understand this correctly, let's see how long I've been streaming for. But non-werewolves get +1/+1, and werewolves are +1/+2. So your wolves can be destroyed, but they get the power up if they aren't destroyed. Yeah, it's an interesting card. It's rare. It was likely would be a rare. All right, I think we're going ahead and look at the. We're gonna make 2 more cards, I think. I want to see when my those players that follow me. Thank you. There's more than one favorite, by the way. I need to see the entire set. So I think. Here it is. So you see I have 23 commons, which I'm probably not going to add any more commons. I have 9 uncommons, which means I need to add more of those probably. I got 7 rares. Again, probably don't need to add any more of those. And then mythics. We do need to add probably 2 mythics. So the last 2 cards we're going to make before we end the stream here are going to be mythic cards. And probably at least one of those is going to be a Planeswalker. Let's see. This is going to be the last. This is going to be our probably uncommon. All this. Werewolf Caller. And then our mythic, we gotta have our, which can most likely be Planeswalker. Actually, no, that was going to be a Planeswalker. This one's not going to be Planeswalker. It's just going to be a. That'll be it. And then it's gonna be, I don't know what I know it's gonna be called. Oh, that did tonight. And there will be a few more cards that will be created. I don't have them all right now, so we'll dance. As you can see, I have 6. Let's see, I gotta add all these up. Calculator over here. 23 plus 9 plus 7 plus 2, and we'll add 2 more. I got 43, so I'm gonna have probably near 15 cards before I actually do anything with this. Oh, we are gonna have to make some lands too, so I will put those lands in there. Let me see what our stream looks at. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna do this card tonight. Because we're at 60 minutes basically right now. So these will be the last 2 cards I make, and the next time I do this will be. No, it's called Wolf. This is basically going to be a. I want to make this like a creature or a planeswalker. Oh wait, I did this wrong. Well, it's creature now. I've already got those. Definitely going to be a 4/4 creature. It's a 4/4 creature that allows me to add 2 blue werewolves. Oh, wait, it's not wolves. It's just wolves. Stuff. Right, just wolves. But that's a pretty good card right there. But you add two blue wolves under with trample and under to the battlefield. Sure, I need to track that. It's wolves because they're possessive. I guess. No, it's wait, it's wolves. It's plural. That's pretty cool. Good right there. And the last card should be the last card we do. In the dead of night, it's going to be this is going to be a kind of weird card, I think, in the end. It's still uncommon because we don't have a lot of those. This card is the last card we'll make for today. When a creature is attacked, and isn't blocked. I want to point out this could be effective as well. So you could potentially be being attacked and not blocked. Then you build 2 cards. Think about those cards. And that would be the end of this stream for it. I've got to do a few more cards, obviously, with this one. But until then, guys, I'll see you in the next stream. Next stream will be on Wednesday, and I think I'm gonna check to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna end the stream very shortly after this. So, on Wednesday, I'll be doing Veron Dungeon, and on Saturday, I'll be doing Backyard Baseball Game 7. I'm hopefully doing the entire game in that one dance. And then on the following Monday, I'll most likely think what I need to do for that one. I'll decide what I'm going to do for that one. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's going to be Wizard 101. It's either going to be Wizard 101 or it's going to be some other game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget, guys, to keep your game on.